Taking apart tropes. Videos designed to break down the cinematic trope.
Hello, today we are going to look at the well-known rain at a funeral trope, because it is everywhere. If you're tuning in for the first time, a trope is a storytelling device that draws on shared experience, beliefs, and culture to create a shortcut for describing a situation or inviting an audience to feel or think a certain way. Following that model, rain at a funeral is a surefire way to affect an audience and make sure they know they're supposed to feel sad. Weather is used to create atmosphere and promote feelings all the time. The rain at a funeral trope is actually steeped in years of cultural beliefs and values. For example, Victorian Era Death Myths tell us that if rain falls on a funeral procession, the deceased will go to heaven. Or, if you hear a clap of thunder following a burial, it indicates that the soul of the departed has reached heaven. So, even though we recognize that the films we watch have an inordinate amount of rainy funerals, it creates a mood, symbolism, and tone. The director is telling us exactly how to feel or what to think. Death calls for gloom and melancholy. Gray skies, rain, dark clothes, and umbrellas create that feel. This happens so often that when it doesn't happen, it can be jarring, and it is often included to intentionally evoke a different type of emotion. Take, for example, Tony Stark's funeral in Avengers Endgame. Tony Stark's wife, Pepper Potts, and their cute little daughter, Morgan, are seen on a beautiful sunny day, sending Tony Stark's arc reactor down a river on a bed of flowers. Are we not meant to feel a sense of loss or sadness here? We sense a loss and sadness, but through the incomplete use of rain, gray skies, or umbrellas, a possible hope and indefinite end is established to encourage more of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which will keep going on, of course. It creates melancholy and faith at the same time. Or, take the funeral scene in Zoolander, for example. The opposite use of the trope, or in other words, the blue skies, eccentric dress, and DJ, create an opposite effect, humor. Both conforming to the rain at a funeral trope or intentionally going against it can be highly effective. However, the rain at a funeral trope can feel a bit overdone and arguably unnecessary, as can be attested by the incredibly moving sunny funeral held for Tony Stark. Tony Stark was a beloved character, so the filmmakers didn't need to modify the weather to signal to the audience that it was time to feel sad. Rain at a funeral works particularly well when emotional impact needs to be added to the funeral of a character that the audience doesn't have as much of a connection to, like the funeral of Bruce Wayne's parents. Tropes are useful, and they usually get the job done, and when you only have 96.5 minutes on average to create a film experience, it's important to take some shortcuts and not waste time.